Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Line of Gods Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to go ahead and read you a chapter from the Bible. Today I will be continuing with Exodus chapter 21. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall say plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the manservants do. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed himself to her, then shall he let her be redeemed, to sell her unto a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he dealt deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her unto a son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall she go out free without money. He that smiteth a man so that he die, shall be surely put to death. And if a man lie not in wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor, to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he may die. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. And if men strive together, and one smite another with a stone, or with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or 2, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. If men strive, and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. And if a man smite the eye of his servant, or the eye of his maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. And if he smite out his manservant's tooth, or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. If an ox gore a man or a woman, that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in time past, and it hath been testified to his owner, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death. If there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatsoever is laid upon him, whether he have gored a son, or have gored a daughter. According to this judgment shall it be done unto him. If the ox shall push a manservant or maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit, and not cover it, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be his. And if one man's ox hurts another, that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also shall they divide. Or if it be known that the ox used to push in time had been, or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in time past, and the owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I want to say something about this here. When's the last time you saw an ox fall into a pit? It's a rhetorical question. I can honestly tell you, I don't think I've ever seen an ox fall into a pit in this time in person. Never, not once. But how many oxen have I even seen? I mean, honestly, it's like unless you're an ox farmer or a cattle farmer, how many oxen do you see? You know, how many donkeys do you see every day if you don't work around them? I mean, I don't even remember eating. I've never had donkey meat in my life, I think. Like cattle, like cow meat, beef meat is quite common, but donkey, I've never had donkey in my life, I think. I've never had horse. I've never had venison. I've never had a lot of different meats. So, it's just this idea that why is God then offering this analysis of slavery? God himself never tells the Israelites to enslave people. God himself never tells the Israelites directly to take multiple women. So why does he mention these ideas in this chapter? We know that when Jesus comes, he says that a male and female, a man and a woman become one flesh. And when they become one flesh, they are no more twain, but one flesh. And what God hath joined together, let not man tear asunder. So we know that that is what Lord Jesus believes. So if we know that, why is all this analysis being offered? About slavery, about men taking multiple wives, about oxen being pushed into the pit. It's because God is giving the people guidance of the test that they have at the time that is at hand. That is it. These scriptures here, like many scriptures, are most relevant to the time in which they were given. And I think about the one with the oxen first because it's a lot lighter than when you think about slavery. God himself liberates his own people out of slavery. That's who he is. He's a liberator. He's not an enslaver. He tells Moses to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. You liberate them from this bondage, Moses. No matter how hard it is in this desert, you're not going to go back to being slaves. And so what's happening here? He's giving them guidance on how to deal with the idea of slavery. He himself is not condoning it. As I just mentioned, he liberates his people from slavery. It's that he understands, just like when Jesus comes and says, one male, one female, one man, one woman. When he comes and says this, it's different than the Old Testament world before it. It's the idea that in this time, we know that men take multiple wives. Even some of the greatest men in the Bible will wed multiple wives, like David. So it's a different time. It's not that David is a bad man. David served God perfectly. That can never be taken from him, that he reached perfection in his earthly life. That's a huge deal. David is the great king who fought against enemies all around, delivering, victory in the name of the Lord. He's a great man, one of the greatest men ever to walk on earth. And it's the idea that each person gets whatever test is meant for them in that time. So like I said, this stuff about ox falling in pits or marrying multiple women or the idea of slavery is not relevant today. It's that God guided the people for the test that is at hand. So that's just something I wanted to say. So with that, I'll go and end the Bible reading there for today and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I worked my software engineering job, and I worked at my core, chest, legs, and back. And with no further achievements since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.